Hi guys, so this is the 10th video of the Lovebubber 450 question series. We have started matrix in last video. We have completed arrays, all the questions, and in this video and next video we will be finishing matrix also. If you have not watched the array part and if you want to watch it, there is a link to the playlist in the description. You can check that out. And also the questions link will also be given in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe. So today, actually, let us solve. We had solved till here. Today we have to solve print elements in sorted order using row column wise sorted matrix. So basically, we're given a matrix wherein every row and column is sorted in ascending order. We have to print the elements. Now, to do this question, what you can do is you can use merging technique. That is, when you accept the input of the matrix, right? In this for loop, you can use merging concept. But I would prefer to just not even take it as a matrix input because it makes the problem simple only. I mean, in the interview, if they ask you specifically that you have to accept it as a matrix only, then you have to use that merging concept, merge the array. And over here, we won't be using that because I don't think it is necessary to complicate the code. Let us just take an array of dimension n into n because matrix size is n into n. Let us accept the array where let us sort the array and get the answer. We can also use a priority queue over here, I suppose. But actually it won't be so helpful because you have to print all the elements. Maybe we can use that also, priority queue. But I have just taken an array over here and sorted. Time complexity will be n log n over here. So in such kind of questions, sorting, priority queue, binary search, these concepts only will be revolving most of the time. So keep that in mind. So you can either do this question using merge technique, like in this second for loop, that is the inner for loop, you can say merge function. Okay, otherwise just keep an extra space. If you want to do it in place, then you have to use merge function. Otherwise, actually, no, I don't think so because that time also you might require. I want somebody in the comments to tell me how they're going to do merge, how they're going to use the merge concept over here. We can use merge concept, but I have just taken an array. I have not taken an extra space over here. This array only is my input. I have made it a 1D problem, one dimensional array problem. I made it. So this is how I solve this problem. Let me know in the comments how you will solve it, how you will do it with merge sort, not merge sort, sorry, merging. If possible, give link of the code also. Even I will see how to do it and then try to understand what you have done. And everybody else can also get benefit. So let us go to next problem. Next problem is given a square matrix, turn it by 90 degrees clockwise. See, to do this problem, now what we'll have to do is we have to know two concepts, transpose and reversing columns. So we have to first transpose the matrix and we then have to reverse the columns. If we do these two operations, the matrix will automatically be rotated by 90 degrees in the clockwise direction. So how to do transpose of a matrix in place? So now what we will be doing is we will be using transpose of matrix, but we will be doing in place. So to do that, for I equal to 0, I less than n plus plus I. So input of matrix is R cross C, I think. No, we are given a square matrix, so n into n only. Then in the inner loop for j equal to I, this is the condition, okay? We have to swap mat of I comma j with j comma I. So this is how you do the in place transpose. Okay. And we also have to do reversing of the columns. How to do this in place? In place means we should not take any extra space. So to do this in place, again run a loop I equal to 0, I less than plus plus I. We will need a variable k, extra k variable. J should be 0 and k should be n minus 1. Actually, k should be c minus 1 where c represents columns, but over here r equal to c equal to n because it is a square matrix. So now while j is less than k, we have to swap mat of j comma I and mat of k comma I and j plus plus k minus minus. This is how we can reverse the columns. So first we have to do transpose of the matrix in place. Then we have to reverse the columns of the matrix. After that, we can directly obtain the matrix, which is 90 degrees rotated in clockwise direction. See, like this. So this is how you efficiently do it, transpose and reversing columns. Okay, so this is how this question is solved. Now this next question, maximize rectangle. Actually, I don't know how to explain this solution right now. Histogram solution it is. Histogram, you can use DP also, I think. There are many things in my mind. And even the next one, find a specific pair. Like I myself am not very confident with this problem yet. If somebody is already confident, let me know. In the next video, I shall be doing these two problems along with the last one. Today, let us finish kth smallest element in a row column matrix. So relatively easy problems today. Tomorrow, we will be doing little more tricky problems. Because I need to know how to explain it to you guys in the best way. Otherwise, I'll be wasting both of our time. So I don't want to do that. So today, let us skip these two temporarily, but definitely tomorrow we will be doing this. Kth smallest element in a row wise sorted one, row and column wise sorted matrix. Let us do that. So over here, given an array, okay, given a matrix n into n, where every row and column is sorted in decreasing order, non-decreasing order, we have to find the kth smallest element. Over here, we can clearly see we can use a priority queue, we can use a min heap, whatever, the same thing only. Then we can just take the matrix as a 1D array only. We can take it as an input, maybe just sort it. It'll be n log n. Priority queue, if we implement, I think getting the minimum element in a heap is log n time. So these things are also possible. But today I want to show you how to do the problem by using a binary search. How to do this problem by using binary search. So I'll write the code. So I wrote the code by using a binary search and I verified that the answer is correct. So how to use binary search is, first of all, if n is equal to 0, then return 0. There is nothing to discuss here. But otherwise, what is the search space? Our search space will be first element of the matrix and last element because it is a row wise and column wise sorted matrix. So that means this will be the smallest element. This will be the largest element. So our search space will be that only. So this start and end is like, uh, low and high. In binary search code, we write low and high, like that only. What are we doing over here? Basically, we have to count. What we have to count? We have to count how many elements are, less than or greater than, like that we have to check. So this count variable, we have to compare with k. We want to find kth smallest element, right? So if count is less than k, then we say start is mid plus 1. That means the answer is to the right side. If this is our search space, okay, if this is our search space, if this will be our search space, so if somewhere k is over here, if k is somewhere over here, then if this condition is true, then we have to search in the right side. Otherwise, we have to search in the left side. And ultimately, we'll return start because that will give us the kth smallest element. All this we can do because the matrix is sorted in row wise and column wise fashion. Otherwise, we won't be able to do this. You can even use a priority queue. Priority queue, it will take a k log n time, I suppose. Please tell me what is the complexity of this algorithm that I have written here? How much time will it take to execute this algorithm? This binary search function. And one more thing I wanted to tell you that over here, what we are doing now, this operation is equivalent to upper bound. Whatever we're doing, it is like upper bound only, nothing great over here. We just have to use binary search over here to get the answer. We have to traverse through each and every row and find the count of the elements which are less, like how many elements are, greater than the mid value, that we have to store in the count. So this is how you solve this problem, kth element in matrix. Actually, I would go for priority queue solution. It is little tough for me to explain this binary search solution, but I hope I could tell you the important points like the search space and what you should be comparing, and how to set start and end respectively. So that's all for today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you. Bye.